Hello, everybody. If all is going according to plan right now, you should be hearing me conversing into my microphone, and hopefully it's not super loud. Let's turn the music down a little bit. How's everyone doing? Welcome to a fun evening of we're going to be hanging out, working on a new video. Let me switch on over to my face cam here. Hold up. Let's see if I remember my keyboard shortcuts, because it's been a while since I've done this. I think that should have switched over to my face cam, so I should be on your screen right now. It's been a hot minute since I've done a live stream, so I'm trying to remember the keyboard shortcuts I had. But yeah, we're gonna be having a fun evening, hanging out, chatting it up, looking at some weather. Here's something a little low. My microphone is up all the way, so hopefully it's nothing crazy. Let me turn down the music, and hopefully that helps. Also, I'll move the microphone a little bit closer. There we go. Alright. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But welcome, everyone. We're going to be hanging out this evening, having a fun little, maybe a shortish little stream, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, keeping things on the shorter end. But we're just going to be hanging out, having a good time. Let me know if the audio sounds good, because I can't really hear a whole lot, but there we go. Alright, I'm going to turn the music off, but we're here. We're live again. Welcome back to another live stream. And I think y'all are gonna really like what we're cooking up. Put me on your Bluetooth speaker. I'm on the Bluetooth speaker. I feel honored. And also, to answer your question, when are we gonna see me in Southwest Oklahoma? The world may never know. Maybe I'll be there one day. Maybe I won't. Probably at some point. But yeah, audio's all good now. Awesome. It's what I love to see. There's a bit of a delay from chat, so it might be a second from when I read it. But yeah, we are going to be here. I'm gonna move my microphone again just a little bit so I can see my icons on my desktop a little bit better. But we are going to be having a nice fun evening, just hanging out, working on a new video. We have this video here pulled up that we're gonna be laying out some scenes for this here. This video is about my weirdest weather captures, so some of the strangest weather events that I've ever seen in my 10 years of storm chasing. And I think this is going to be a really fun one to look at, since I haven't really talked about a lot of these captures a whole lot. A few of them I've gone in depth about, but there's a couple in here that are a little bit fresh, that I've made shorter videos on and didn't go in depth about. Freddy's in chat. How's it going, Freddy? Great to see you here, dude. Awesome live stream from you the other day in Kansas and in Illinois. I was tuned in watching the craziness going on. Great to see you here. Can you tell former Sunspot Region 359 to actually do something when it comes to Earth? I've been trying all I can. You know the meme with the guy and the water gun pointed towards the sun? That's how I've felt the past couple months. I haven't had a good Aurora event since November was the last time I had a good Aurora photo. And I'd like to get something cooked up here with this once that sunspot comes around again. But it's a little bit tricky, because unfortunately I'm down here and the sun is up there, way up there. But yeah, anyways, back to video editing. We're gonna get back on track here. We have this nice scene all laid out for us. That's very, very loud. Hopefully that's not deafening you guys. It's a little bit loud on my end, so I'm gonna turn things down. I have my desktop audio turned down a little bit, so hopefully it's not nothing crazy. But yeah, we're gonna knock out a new video and hopefully have it up and rolling by the end of the week, because I'm on spring break right now, so I want to really take advantage of this opportunity of just some time to relax, work on some new stuff that I've been meaning to work on forever, but I haven't been able to because I've been a busy student. Alex is here. Welcome to the chat, Alex. Awesome tornado photos from you guys the other day. Missing those nights of auroras. I feel that. I'm craving auroras right now. It's been like every time a sunspot comes back around, I'm like, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? And it doesn't do it. So my patience is running thin with the sun right now. Is that your basement? It looks so comfortable. Yes, we are in my basement. It's my little cozy corner. I've kind of transformed it into my office-ish, kind of. I just kind of have my computer down here, and every once in a while there'll be a tripod set up somewhere back there when I'm doing short form content. This is my forecasting man cave. I have this blank wall. Well, there's a treadmill there right now, but there's lots of blank space on that wall right now. And I really want to put some photos on there. And I don't know what photos to put on it, so I might run around to a few Storm Chaser photo print websites and buy some prints from some of the some of my Storm Chaser buddies to hang up on that wall back there to display their work. I think that'd be something fun to do. Yeah, I didn't really start getting into auroras till last September when we had the G2. Missed April 24th. We've had some good auroras in September. I got some good aurora photos. September, October, I got some good aurora photos, but April 24th and March 24th of last year were the big ones. Those were the two big ones, and missing those would sting. But I have a feeling that we still have a couple more years of peak solar activity. So as those sunspots just keep amping back up, hopefully we'll get some more G4 opportunities, and maybe if we're lucky, we might get the coveted G5, but those are quite uncommon. So fingers crossed. All right, let's finally get some footage imported into our project here. Let me figure out what drive this first scene is stored on. It's in here. This first scene that we're gonna look at is from March of 2022. This was some chasers were out in Iowa this day. I believe Freddie has a video from his chase in Iowa this day with the Winterset EF4. I did not go to Iowa. I stayed back home because I was like, oh, severe weather risk that extends into Wisconsin. Why should I go anywhere? I can just stay here and the storms will come right to me. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. And I was able to get some a neat little lightning shot and a couple neat little lightning shots that had a very, very strange crackle over the radio every time a lightning strike hit nearby. And I think that's because they were positive CGs, so they're a little bit more powerful, and that distorted the radio slightly. So that's our first weird weather event that we're looking at, lightning that I was hearing over the radio. Let me type that. That's the wrong month. 3/5/22. There we go. Alrighty, let's get some footage dragged and dropped in there. Yeah, it's been that day was a fun day. I wish it's looking back at it, I'm like, man, maybe I should have gone to Iowa, but at the same time, like, if storms are coming to me, then what's really the, what's this? Cancel. Then what's really the point of going anywhere if I can just sit here and just kind of wait for all the action to come to me. Jack's in chat. Welcome, Jack. Great to see you. Sorry I'm late again. No worries. We're just getting started. I started the stream a little bit late because I was figuring out some technical issues. I was like, why isn't the audio for my microphone not showing up? And lo and behold, my microphone just wasn't even plugged in. So it's been one of those days. But we're glad you're here, Jack. We're going to have a great evening hanging out, looking at some weather. Why didn't the rest of my stuff import? Throw that in there. I don't need that. Okay. But yeah, we have some stuff to go through. So this video is a top 5 list, so we have 5 different sections marked out here that we're going to be plopping some footage in. Before I put any footage in here, actually I'll throw the footage in here first, then we can find a song later. But usually I put the music down first, but I just didn't feel like doing that, so we're just gonna have a blank narration track, and I can come back and fiddle with it later and put the music where it will fit best. And also, I'm not entirely sure what song I want to throw in here. I'm thinking of getting the Epidemic Sound subscription just so I can. Right now, I'm using the YouTube Music Library, which is great, but I don't know. I've heard Epidemic Sound has a little bit more flexibility with some of the song choices in there, and like where you can lay it out in videos, which it would be nice to have that, so I'm not just restricted to like most songs are like 2 minutes on YouTube Studio, so maybe 4 or 5 depending on where you go. But cutting those up and trying to get them into these shorter sections like this can be a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to go through and that's the less fun part that we can go through later. Not to concern you, but there's an anticyclonic supercell in Los Angeles. I can't talk today. In Los Angeles with a tour possible tag. Why don't we take a look at that? We can pull up. We can get distracted for a minute and pull up radar here and take a look. Why is my background on? Usually I have it dark. Oh yeah. Couple little supercells out there. Couple little storms. And yeah, sure enough, you got our little circulation here over western Los Angeles. That's something pretty unique that you don't see every day. Very cool. If I go up and tilt, it's a pretty weak circulation, but it's still there. So that's something neat you don't see every day. Little anticyclonic supercell here in Los Angeles. So we have our green, that's our inbound velocity. So this is the radar's detecting winds going towards the radar. So it's kind of coming in like that. And then these darker reddish colors are going away from the radar. So we have a little bit of spin in there, which is pretty neat to see. That you don't see that super often. And yeah, sure enough, tornado possible tag. So there's our fun little, I guess there's our fun little weather event of the day. I know Texas is getting some storms too. No, we're gonna get distracted for a little bit. We're gonna look at radar, and then we'll get back to the video editing. Let's take a look at what our storms down in Texas are up to. If I can find whatever site they're close by. I think they're down here. Yeah. Near Del Rio. Del Rio is Del Rioing today. But yeah, you can see we have these big blobs of supercells marching across into Texas. So look at that signature. It's a ways up because this radar is far away, so it's scanning a couple feet up, but pretty cool to see. All right, that's enough radar for the evening. Let's actually jump back in and get back to the meat and potatoes of why we're on stream tonight, which is a little bit of new content. So here we have our first scene. So this is, in this opening section, I'm talking a little breakdown of what a positive lightning strike is. And for those of you who maybe aren't sure, there's two forms of lightning. There's positive lightning and there's negative. And negative is the most common form of lightning strikes, and then their more powerful brothers are the positive CGs. Negative lightning strikes, they form kind of in the lower levels of a thunderstorm. Positive lightning strikes they form way up in the tops of the storm and blaze all the way down to the ground, which is why they're so much more powerful, because they have to travel such a greater distance. And also sometimes with those powerful CGs, you get some of the stuff that you see that photographers like Paul Smith posted around with the red sprites and the green ghosts of some of those other TLEs are triggered by the positive CGs. And so with this chase, I was in the middle of a positive CG barrage, and my old car didn't have Bluetooth, so I had one of the Bluetooth radio adapter thingies plugged in, and every time there was a CG that struck the ground around me, or like anywhere around me, some of them were intra-cloud, and it did this. It caused a crackle on the radio, and I did a little bit of digging, and from what I found, what happens is the electrical discharge from those bolts is so strong that it momentarily disrupts the electric field around the storm, which can mess up the radio every once in a while, and that's why you get those little crackles on the radio, which is something I did not know about and something that I haven't really seen talked about a whole lot. So that's why I plopped it right in here. Little new piece of information for all you guys to chew on. All right, so first off, we need some B-roll here of some positive CGs, and I think I have some clips that I can use around somewhere. They might be from 2021, if I can ever find them. But yeah, these are my the positive CG stock clips that I usually use down in here. And this was originally going to be its own video, fun fact, but I just never got around to making it because there were no good storms that day. It was a cat bust. This day in 2021. Let's get that get that in here. Then we'll, where's our bolts? There we go. So I think this one was a negative CG, but I do have a positive CG in here somewhere. I know I got a couple positive CGs on this day. Just trying to remember what point in the video they happen. I don't remember if it was this clip or not, though. There it was. Boom. So that's our, that's going to be our opening clip right here. Throw that down.
Positive lightning is the most powerful.
We'll throw that like that. Drag this out a little bit.
Positive lightning.
I also might throw a. This is just gonna. I think this clip is just gonna be a placeholder for now. I might replace this with a clip of anvil crawlers later on, since anvil crawlers are another form of positive lightning. When they hit the ground, a lot of times they're positive in polarity. So I'll leave this here just kind of as a placeholder. I might mess around with it a little bit, just because this clip is this doesn't really match the duration of the audio quite like I want, but I might be able to play with this a little bit. So we'll come back to it.
Most powerful variety of this.
I think this clip would actually be better here, and I'll throw a anvil crawler video clip in here. And where I'm going to get those anvil crawler video clips is from the, let's see, the 28th of July in 2021, the big moderate risk day here in Wisconsin. So I got a couple good video clips of positive lightning strikes on this chase, and we can throw those in here, I think. Yep, there it is. So here's one clip that had it. I believe there was another in here. Where was it? Where would it be at? That was when I was outside. This was it. Alrighty. So here is one. There are a couple of anvil crawler strikes somewhere in this video that I can dig for. I believe I was shooting it at 120 frames per second, so I should have them in slow motion. And I can use that to kind of fill that time. This is the fun part of video editing, scrubbing through your 10-20 minute long video clips to find what you need. Let's see. And you can hear the some police sirens in the background. Yeah, this is one that I can use. Alright. So yeah, here's one CG. I can slow this down. I'll slow it down just 50%, just because these anvil crawlers are a bit longer in duration usually.
Lightning is the most powerful variety of this shocking.
Or I might have some clearer. I've been trying to get Gilroy to chat with you. He's all cameras and technology. I mean, yeah, I'm all for it. Cameras, tech, relating that to what I do, that's my thing. That's why we're here today, because I love those conversations. So, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, this would be, here's a good shot right here. A big, blinding, positive CG. You can see it kind of starts up in the cloud and then bam, arcs to the ground. So yeah, that was one of my favorite bolts of this day. Pretty cool to see. Alright, let's slow this one down a little bit. Bring it down 50% just to
Is the most powerful variety of this shocking phenomenon.
There we go, just like that. That's kind of how I want these clips played out.
Positive lightning is the most powerful variety of this shocking phenomenon.
There we go. And then later on I'll come back and do the, usually towards the end I come back and do my my sound design and whatnot, my audio layout, or final audio layout with all the sound effects and whatnot.
Positive lightning strikes often have a smooth appearance.
Alright, I believe there was another positive CG or clip around somewhere that I had. Was it this one? I know I have another one around somewhere that I was going to use, but I'm trying to remember where I put everything. It's been a little bit since I've been through this this hard drive here, and some of this footage is a little bit on the older side, so I'm trying to remember where everything is. There. I think you can hear my excitement when this bolt. Yeah.
Holy cow! Got a good one. Woo!
That was a good lightning strike. I don't think that was the one I was looking for, though. I think there was one that occurred kind of... Okay, I'm gonna use... I actually can probably just use this clip, because it kind of has the smooth appearance that I'm talking about. There we go.
Positive lightning strikes.
There we go. When you do the voiceovers explaining what's happening or why, maybe include some sort of graphics so the audience can learn about it. That's what I'm planning to do to this video. For some of the clips, I have some segments in here where I'm talking a little bit about the environment of the storm chase and like why something happens. Usually when I'm doing those talking bits, I include a map kind of detailing what everything is. But for this, I like to use the real world footage just to kind of be like, this is kind of how it looks. Like in this, I'm talking about how positive CGs have that smooth appearance, and you can see that smooth, very fluid channel with the video clip here to kind of go along with what I'm saying. Alright. See if I have another clip I can use here. Alright. I gotta keep reminding Reed to explain. Chances are your audience won't know meteorological terms. That's what I always have to tell myself. I'm always like, my audience is not... Some of them are... A lot of them are my friends, and they know the stuff, but there's also a good chunk that doesn't know the information. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do with some of these, this type of style of video, is provide them with those resources so they can follow along a little bit better. In the laboratory, Freddy's dad is in chat today. Welcome, great to see ya. Thanks for tuning in. Andrew's here too, in the lab. Yes, we are. We're in the lab cooking up something nice for hopefully we'll be out by the end of the week. Cooking up a nice video here about my weirdest weather encounters. I'm trying to find a positive CG clip that I don't remember where I put, because it's been a long time since I've looked at some of this stuff from 2020, 2021, 2022-ish. Alright, let's see. Positive CG clip. I might have something in here that I can use. We have a reunion going on in the chat right now. Actually, I do remember there's one clip I have. It's a slow motion clip from the 28th of a positive CG. Actually, I can also use a clip from... I believe I also have a clip from the, a little bit clearer, from the 7th, I think it was. I think I have a GoPro clip in here. Yeah, this shot, but I might have something better. We go with, I believe it's this camera that got it. No, it wasn't. It was this camera that had it. This shot right here. This was one of the closer lightning experiences I've ever had. I was out in a field filming this storm coming in, and we had a big CG strike a couple hundred yards away.
Whoa! Big bolt right there!
Yeah, that one was a little bit close for comfort, and it didn't help that I was standing under power lines in the middle of an open field. But, very fun. Very, definitely an experience. Freddy and I are comparing videos. You guys were both on the Kansas tornado, I believe. I saw both of your guys' angles out there on Twitter. Or, I think it was on Twitter. Around somewhere I saw both of y'all posting stuff about them.
Smooth appearance.
Let me see. Do I have a better shot? Did the GoPro also has a shot, but there might be a different video clip from later on. Let's see. It seems like everyone's in an office night for everyone working on storm footage.
Here it comes.
My dad was not a fan of me lingering out in that field as long as I did, but we didn't have any incidents, so it was all right. Stay in the car, don't get struck. Yeah, I've been doing that more now, but back in my earlier times, I was a little bit more pushy with wanting to get out and kind of be out in the action a little bit. So I believe there's a video clip in here of the GoPro got a wide shot of that. Where was it? It was around somewhere. I think it was out here. Of that lightning strike. Yeah, this was the wide shot of that. There I am out in the field, and there's the lightning. So a little bit close for comfort there, which I haven't had any close calls like that since. The major close calls I've always had prior to like 2022, 2023-ish, like the more recent years, has been lightning has been the big one. Because usually there's the lake not far from me, and I like to film on the lake. The only problem is lightning also really likes the lake, so I've had some close calls out there. Let's see if this got anything. I'm trying to remember where all the footage I'm looking for is. But I can always come back to that. I'll use the GoPro clip that I was talking about. I got sidetracked a little bit. Or better yet, I might have a shot from the big camera of a positive CG striking as we were driving away from the storm. That wasn't it. I need another chase. Didn't have my car yesterday, so I wasn't able to go. I'm really bummed I missed out on yesterday's chase down in Illinois. I had a chemistry exam, so I was stuck doing that. What camera am I using? I use a couple different cameras. My main video camera is what I'm streaming on it right now. It's a Sony AX700, and then my main photo camera now is a A7R2. My main time-lapse camera and backup video camera is a Nikon D7500. I have a GoPro on my dashboard, GoPro 360 camera on my roof, and a Nikon D3300 that I use as a side camera to film out my side windows. Plenty of storm season ahead, Andrew. That's what I've been telling myself too, Alex, is that I've been lucky where I've been able to get out on the bigger days that we've had, but missing out on the chase yesterday, I'm alright with it. We're still early season, so we'll still have plenty of opportunities. I believe it was this clip here that I was looking for. Let's see, I can also... Let's see. This one I was filming inside of the car from, because these lightning bolts were a little bit closer, even for my stubborn tastes. That one was out of frame. Where was the big CG? Do you adjust for low light or run auto? Usually during the daytime. During the daytime, I like to just kind of sit back and enjoy the storm. So during the day, every setting of mine, video-wise, is auto, because I don't want to be fiddling with my camera while driving or any of the thing like that. But when it turns nighttime, the auto settings just can't keep up, so I manually adjust everything once it gets dark. And also, usually once it's dark, I'm kind of posted up at a farther away spot like this, kind of watching. Let's see. Where was that CG? It was the GoPro shot I had earlier. This was just a more zoomed in shot that I had on the bigger camera. I believe it was in here. There it was. Yeah, that was a bright one. No, I skipped to the end. Well, Alright, that's awesome. It was just before here. In here somewhere. There's the goose. The goose were watching the storm with us. Your Chromebook died. Gotta keep those things charged. But we're glad you're back, Jack. Gotta keep the Chromebook charged. #1 priority. I love when I accidentally skip to the end of my clip and have to comb back through it. There it is. There's our CG that we were looking for. Bam, right there. Yeah, this was a big positive bolt. You can kind of see it. You can see it all in the tops of the clouds, and then bam, big CG. One of my favorite lightning shots. Kind of how I do stuff too, Charlie, during the day. I like to have my video on auto. Yeah, I don't know. Just for me, I found that works best. Mainly just, I don't know. I like to, when I'm, usually during the day, I'm moving around, and I don't want to have to be having to manually check my video settings. Is just one extra piece of the puzzle that a little bit tough to balance since I already have a lot of stuff going in my car since I'm chasing solo most of the time nowadays. So just keeping things on auto simplifies things, and also the modern cameras, the auto settings that you get out of it look fine. I can easily adjust stuff in the video editor later on. Like if it's slightly underexposed, I can just bring it in here and clean it up slightly with nothing crazy. But yeah, drag this clip on in here.
Often have a spirit. The thunder from these bolts often sounds more like a cannon.
I might actually use the GoPro shot, that wide GoPro shot that I was showing earlier in here. Just because it's a little bit steadier. And having a nice stable shot is always nice. Let's see. Drag and drop that. Just finished my Shorts YouTube video. I've been the YouTube Shorts game has been it's been a weird balancing act, but YouTube Shorts is always a little fun thing to do for me, at least. It's a little bit more of, I can break away from this format a little bit and kind of try some more experimental stuff. And also it lets me repost older footage. I can kind of clean up all those older clips and post them for new viewership. Even though I already tried to do that as much as possible with this by recycling older clips.
And the thunder from these bolts often sound more like a cannon.
Okay, I'm gonna drag this out a little bit slightly because I have an audio clip I'm gonna throw in here, but I'm gonna do that later. Ran auto Thursday, and my video is pixelated at night. Think about an iPhone 15. If you're shooting on like a phone, that can happen a lot with the night footage. The modern cell phones, they're great. Okay, AX43. Okay, the Sonys. Yeah, the problem with those Sonys, I love the Sony camcorders. Like I think the camera that I use right now, it's the same image sensor. But the only problem is those sensors are really, really small, so they don't do really well in low light, just because they're super, super small, so it's harder to get as much light as you need into those sensors. And same thing with the cell phone cameras, the image sensors. The software they have in those cameras is really, really good, where it can keep up a little bit, but I don't know. Usually when it gets dark out and I'm out shooting, I like to kind of switch to a time-lapse mode, or the Sony full-frame cameras do a pretty good job. Ryan's here. iPhones are the best phone for video. I agree. My iPhone. I have two phones now. One for live streaming and my usual phone. And this one will always be the cell phone video king. Weak sensors. The tiny sensors. That's how they get you. Fun fact: Sony is one of the leading camera sensor manufacturers, so everyone who uses like Nikons, and I believe some Canons too, they use Sony image sensors. So if you get people saying my my Canon or my Nikon is better than your whatever, you can go, actually, you can be one of those people, which is always fun because sometimes you get funny reactions. Fun fact, iPhone cameras also use Sony image sensors. I think the newer ones do. I'm pretty sure.
Capturing this event is already rare.
All right, we'll throw this video clip in here.
This event is already rare.
And I can throw another anvil crawler clip on this area. I have 2 cameras there mid. 1 remail capture. The a lot of times with the cameras, the daytime footage with some of the budget cameras real good, but once you get into low light is when you encounter problems, just because they can't keep up. Ryan's exhausted, and Ryan, how far have you driven the past few days? Because I know you've been running around, and you too, Alex and Freddie's dad, Mr. McKinney. I know you guys have been running around a lot. I have an iPhone 10, iPhone 13 Pro. I'm running the 13 Pro too. I haven't had any problems with the low light video, but I don't use it a whole lot for low light. So I don't know. Maybe my experience might be different. Actually, I could probably just use some of the GoPro footage from this day in here. Look at me. Hello, me. Only around 1,000 miles, but like no sleep. Yeah, that'll get you. That's a lot of driving. Let's see if I have any anvil crawler clips here.
Look at that one.
I know I swung the camera forward and things got a little crazy. Yeah, there's one. Wow. Yeah, that's not a very good shot. I know there were some bigger ones that happened on this day that I caught. I think there was one as I came up this hill. This was more of a local chase day for me, so I have a good idea of where everything happened. Let's see if we can find one. I'm going to find this clip, and then I'm going to have to run to the bathroom really quickly, so we're going to take a short intermission once I get this all laid out. Problem with some of these anvil crawler strikes is they like to happen kind of between clouds, so a lot of times they're a little bit tough to get a good clip of one, but I know I have one around somewhere. I know I have a couple around somewhere. I also could probably use some of my lightning time lapses. Uh-oh, someone's gotta go. I do gotta go. I drank too many glasses of water at dinner tonight. I had like 10 glasses of water. It was we're gonna have some problems here in a few minutes, but we're good for now. I can throw one of my time lapses in here. Actually, I think that would work a little bit better. All right. Can use this clip from 2022. Where was that time lapse? Here it was. This is one of my favorite lightning time lapses that I've gotten, just because you can see the bolts kind of flashing above the top of the pancake stack there. Throw that in here. And then I will make a brief return momentarily. Let's see if my mute button works. Nope, my audio is still going. Alrighty. One brief intermission later, we are back in action. I believe it should be switching over to the desktop view now, if I can ever remember my shortcuts. I think he fell in. I did not fall in, although a swim in the lake right now would be fun, even though it's freezing. Fun fact: I actually was thinking of doing a little fishing live stream down on the water to test the new mobile streaming platform I've been finicking with over the past couple days. But that might be that's going to be a future endeavor. But anyways, back to what we were focused on. Enough of the potty humor.
But what makes these bolts even more strange is when you can hear them on the radio.
This was the fun part, when you can hear the lightning over the radio. Which always makes things interesting. I don't remember what this clip was. That one right there. It's fun looking through some of this older footage, because some of the stuff I haven't seen in a while. Some of these older video clips. Let's try this one. Let's see what we got here. I believe I have a overhead shot somewhere. Just let Charlie cook. I'm cooking as best I can right now. I'm running on E. I had I'm exhausted from all my exams, so this is my how I'm choosing to relaxing with all you guys, since I haven't had an opportunity to sit down and chat in a live stream like this. Hello there, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the fun adventure of looking through old storm footage for lightning clips, because I don't remember where I put anything. Let's see if I can find a good overhead shot. Mateo says I'm his hero. Thank you, Mateo. I think I'm a weird choice for a hero, but I appreciate it. I wish I have a shot. This lightning bolt here is kind of one of the ones I'm looking at. One thing I'm really mad about this day is I was contemplating going out and setting a time-lapse camera out here just to kind of take a photo every second or so. The only reason I didn't was because it was raining too much, and then right after I had that thought, this lightning strike happened right where I wanted to point the camera. So I'm like, well, I guess I should have put a camera out there, but you live and you learn. I can try again another day, I guess. That's just how it goes sometimes. Let's see.
Whoa, down.
Yeah, I think a lightning bolt happened here. I can tell by my
Southwest.
There we go. There was one of the bolts. And also, if you listen closely, you can hear the crackle over the radio that I'm talking about if I play this again. Hear that? The little that was the fun little thing that we're talking about here in this video, this scene of the video. Unfortunately, this wiper blade is right in the middle of what would have been a great shot. But fortunately, we still have some this good frame here. Alright. We'll slow that down a little bit.
What makes these bolts even more strange is when you can hear them on the radio.
There we go. That's a good shot. I might throw another clip in here. Let's see what else I got. Footage wise. So I believe there were a couple other lightning strikes that I was kind of eyeing. Let's take a look. Lightning can be
pretty strong. Whoa.
Charlie, real question, do you like Culvers and do you like Quick Trip and do you like Culvers? Absolutely, I love Culvers and I love Quick Trip. Those are like my two favorite places. Anytime I'm out storm chasing and I need to get food to celebrate, I either get Culvers or I get Quick Trip for my my celebratory meal. And also, Quick Trip is always my go-to when it comes to gas stations and gas station bathrooms. Going back to the bathroom humor. Some people like their Casey's. I'll be a Quick Trip fan for life. I'm saying Casey's, as great as Casey's is, it'll never compare to the magic that is Quick Trip. And I will die on that hill. People can debate that all they want, but I'm holding firm with my opinion. I think there was another lightning strike in here somewhere, if my memory serves me correct. There we go. Alright. Throw this in here and slow it down slightly. I'm probably going to dig back through some of this footage to see if I have any better clips, but just for now, these will make for some usable placeholders.
Even more strange is
All right. How's the start to spring break going? Start of spring break has been going great. I did a whole lot of nothing today, and I needed that very much because I was very, very exhausted from the past week of preparing for a chemistry exam. But now I can just kind of take things easy. This weekend is going to kind of be my sit back and do nothing weekend where I have an opportunity to just kind of to chill out and step back for a little bit, which will be nice because I've been working on far too many things for far too long.
On March 5th of 2022, a powerful line of storm.
I'm probably gonna throw a radar shot in here. Actually, I think we might do that. I might show you guys how I do my we'll take a little detour, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make the radar overlays that I use in my videos with Google Maps and the old GR2 data. So let's pull one of those up. Let's find where, first off, we need the radar search inventory, which if you go to this website, it has all, and you click on this map, you can pick a radar site, enter in a date. So in this case, it was 5. Because they use Z time, I think it was at 0Z. So that instead of being on, what was the date of this? I think this was the 5th. It was the 5th when I was filming it, but just because of how Z time works, it was past 0Z. So it's going to be on the 6th, and then 2022, create graph. And this is all the radar data from that time, or from that day. So if I go to direct download, and I download one of these things here, I can pull this up in GR2, drag and drop, and if it'll work, give it a second here. Sometimes it can be a little finicky. I might have to do it again. Drag and drop. Alright, I guess it doesn't want to do the thing. But let me try that again. Right, we're on the Milwaukee site. Let's try downloading a different frame. Drag and drop. Is it gonna work? Is it ever gonna work? No, we're on the right day. Why is this not working? I am on May 6th instead of March 6th. That would do it. Okay. We're going to go back, take a step back, go to March 6th, the correct day, and now we should be getting the data we want. I don't want a direct download. I don't want to order data. I want a direct download. So if I download this frame, hopefully there should be a thunderstorm radar grab on here from the old radar data from that day. Bring it to GR2. I'm not sure if this works on GR3, but someone could test it out, and you can see here we have our, was this our storm complex? Yeah, this was our day. You can see the tornado reports out in Iowa from that day. We had a severe thunderstorm up here. I might need to go forward a little bit more, because I think this was later in the evening. So we're going to step through time a little bit, one by one, and just kind of download frames and see where we end up until we get to our storm. This still wasn't it. believe I need to go forward a little bit more because it was as this big line came through, so I think it was much later at night. I believe it was close to 11 p.m. when that storm came through, if I remember it right. This was 2 years ago, so we'll see. Okay, so yes, this was our line of storms. We've gone past it, but this was the line of storms I was tracking that day. If it'll do the thing. What's the site URL for this? So if you go to, I believe it's just this URL up here. This is just for this specific day. I'm gonna really quickly download the radar scan that I'm looking for, and then I'll hop back to it. So if you just give me like 2 seconds to find the radar data that I was looking for, I can come back and I can show you what I was looking at to find this data. I believe you need GR2 for it. I'm not sure if GR level 3 works, which is the less expensive version that I believe should be better suited for most people. Okay, that barely stepped forward. But let's try this scan here. Let's see. Is this gonna give us what we want? Yes, this was the scan I was looking for. Okay, this is close enough. You can see, fun fact, this actually produced an EF1 tornado. I'm not sure if this was the exact scan where it happened. I might have been farther back, but that was the circulation from it. So, okay, I'll take a step back here so you can see what website I was using to get this data. If you go to ncdc.noaa.gov/nexrad-inv, which stands for Nexrad Inventory, it'll take you to this, where you can access all the Nexrad radar archives, where they have all the old data. And if you click on, this little icon here, it'll take you to a map of the radar sites, and then you select a radar site that you want, pick a day. So let's say, for example, we want to look for the data from, I'm trying to think of a good storm day. We'll go 7/29-2021. We'll create graph. This is all the radar data that occurred that day and the mode that the radar was in. So precipitation mode, clear air mode. We're obviously looking for time with precipitation, so we're going to be looking in this time frame. Direct download data, so you can just go through the list. This over here is the date of the radar data. So you can see 2021, July 29th, and then this is the time. It's in Z time, but there are, I can pull up a Z time converter here so you can see the what that time was in Z time, if I can ever find my the table. Here it was. So this is the Z time table, and I just closed out of what I wanted. Open that back up, and I will open the Z time table in another tab so you can take a look at that without having to hop back and forth too much, if I can find it again. I'm losing my mind here. I need to organize my bookmarks. Let's see. Timetable. There we go. Open a new tab. We'll throw these side by side. So here's our Z time. Because this was in the summer, this is going to be in daylight saving time. So we are looking, I believe this was between 1 a.m. and 10 p.m. was when we were looking. So we're going to look for, we'll say 5Z. How about that? So we have, I believe this should be around midnight-ish, 5Z. We can download that. That'll download the old radar data from that time we have selected on that day. And then we can drag and drop this file into our Gibson Ridge software. And then if it'll load, you can see there's our line of storms from that day. You can see we had funnel cloud reports up here with a large damaging squall line that came through Wisconsin on this was the July 28th to July 29th of 2021, which was a moderate risk day. So here's our old radar data from that event. Now I want to pull up my old radar from the day I was just looking at. If I pull this up here, we're going to go back through and show y'all how I make these radar maps. So if I zoom way out, I'm going to get a whole snapshot of this because this is a larger storm complex. So first off, I'm just going to turn off all, I literally go through and I turn everything off. So I just have a black backdrop. This is important step in my my process, so I'm not having to cut out a whole bunch of stuff. So if I turn off all the background layers, so it's just a black, plain old black background, just like that. Here's just our storm with nothing around it. We're gonna save this image with the radar only, and we're gonna change this path to our, where's the desktop? We're gonna change it to desktop, or no, libraries. Where's my desktop? Okay, I guess we don't get a desktop. We're not allowed to. I might have to go to this PC. There it is. Desktop. Save it to here. I might have to make a new folder in here, but we can go back and do that. Actually, there we go. Okay. Radar. Graphics. I can't type. There we go. We can save that in there. And then step 2, we're going to go to Google Earth, and then we're going to pick a map of what we want kind of laid out for our storm. I'll probably do a bit of a wider shot like we were showing. Something like that. We'll get a nice wide view of our storm complex because it was a bit of a larger line. We can save this image. Save image. We'll save it in 4K since that's what the video resolution will be. Close out all this stuff so there's not a whole bunch of distractions. And we can save this. I might actually turn off these labels too. Actually, I'll leave those on. Then we'll save this. Then save that in the same place as our radar scan. I'll just put a 1 on it. Save. Now this is where the magic happens for my all my radar maps that I use. I'm gonna close out of some of these really quickly, just so I'm not keeping things organized here slightly. So what we do is we take those two things here. We take our map, bring that in. Where'd our radar image go? It just ran away. Well, I guess we don't have a radar scan anymore. Okay. Oh, I forgot to hit the save button. That would do it. Bring this on in here. Bring this in here. We can kind of, I'm probably going to go back and delete that red dot, but this is just kind of a rough idea to show you how I do it for now. And then what I do is we have our different blending modes here, and the reason I kept everything as a plain background is if I go to the, I believe it's the screen option and the lighten option, it cuts out everything that is not a just a plain black color. So we have all of our radar data with all of the background automatically cut out for us, so it goes straight to Google Earth. And then from there, we can kind of animate this radar image however we please. We're going to kind of orientate our storm kind of similar to how it was, kind of plop it in like that. And then I can use keyframes to kind of move things around. So if I want the storm to be moving while I do this, I can put down a starting point, and then this can be we'll put an end point, like we'll do something like that. Then you can see the storm.
On March 5th of
It's moving.
2022,
We've just created an animated weather map with a very simple process that I haven't seen a lot of people use. But there's a extra couple steps. I kind of like it just because it gets a nice cleaner look than just getting a video, a screen recording of a typical radar app. So that's how I like to do things. A little bit more complicated, but it's nothing crazy. It's just a few extra steps that gets a nice cleaner look to all the weather maps that I use. And fun fact, I have been trying to figure out Blender, which is a 3D animation program that I want to use to try to incorporate more dimension to these maps, but that's a little bit of a ways down the road, I think.
During this chase, I had a Bluetooth radio adapter connected to an FM channel.
I'm gonna have to go in here and record a separate video clip of the FM connector because it's out in my car right now, but obviously my camera's a little bit busy, so we'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow morning.
And whenever one of these bolts hit nearby, it would distort the radio.
Let's find a I have a time lapse from this day that I can use here if I can ever find it. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. I'm yawning. I'm thinking I'm gonna keep this stream short, so I'm thinking I'm gonna stay live until like 9:30, and then we'll close things off, and then I'll probably be live again later this week. But I'm a sleepy little boy. Let's find our time lapse from this day, if I can ever find it. Might have to go in and make it, but whatever. That's just how it goes sometimes. Is it in here? No. Okay, we're gonna have to do it this way. There we go. Ta-da! And here's our time lapse. And scale this around, kinda. Slow it down so you can actually see what's going on, because this was a bit of a shorter sequence.
Positive lightning strikes. During this chase, I had a Bluetooth radio adapter connected. Whenever one of these bolts hit nearby, it would
I might use a different thing here, but I'll use this time lapse here. There we go. I can speed this up slightly. We'll speed it up to like 35. There we go. How about that?
Constant positive lightning strikes.
There we go. That shows what I was talking about a little bit better. Better conveyance.
If you listen closely, you can these bolts hit nearby, it would distort the radio.
Then I need to find a video clip of one of these lightning strikes hitting close by. I can probably use the dash cam footage from this day because I know I got a couple good dash cam clips of it. Look at me out in that field, power stance. Here's the Bluetooth adapter I was talking about. It talked to me every time I turned the car on.
Waiting connection.
One of those. Power stance out there, filming that storm coming in. Where did all my... Where is that? There. Let's see if we can find a good lightning strike of this video. Let's see. Where is the lightning? Where would the lightning be? If I was a lightning strike, where would I be hiding in this video? There's one. There we go. There. That's a good clip.
Whenever one of these bolts hit nearby, it would distort the radio. If you listen...
Let's see if I can find another good clip of one of these. One of these lightning strikes. If not, that one will work. Okay, I'm gonna look back through this all later. This one will work fine for now. This will be our placeholder a little bit here. Look at that nice shot. I should look back through some of this footage because I know I had captured some good bolts that day. I should look back through and see if I have any good video stills of any of them that I can post. online somewhere, because I'm a big fan of these types of shots, and I know I have a lot of them that I have not seen yet, because looking through a lot of these longer clips can be tedious.
As this bolt crashes in.
And then this one, I was going to use the GoPro shot I was talking about a little bit earlier. If I can find it. I think it was up here. Or was the next clip? Yeah, there it was. In this area. Actually, I believe I have this on the big camera. Why am I using this GoPro shot? Alright. Back to the big camera footage. Let's look. See if I can find that clip. See if we can find that lightning strike. There's one. There was one of them. Here is the big one.
Need to pick out a better spot for this.
Come on. Is that it? Yep, there it is. Bam. Right next to that church. That big positive strike there that kind of arced down from an anvil crawler. You can hear the crackling too over the radio. One of my favorite lightning experiences that I've had.
You can hear the faint crackle as this bolt crashes in front of me.
Then I'll do a replay here while I play it again, and you can listen in a little bit better with the audio enhanced slightly.
This is caused by the immense. This is caused by the immense amount of electricity generated by a lightning strike, which can rapidly change the nearby electric field.
I'm trying to think what I can use here. I could probably use another lightning time lapse in this scene here. Let's see what type of, I'm trying to think what type of lightning shots I have that I could throw there. What type of lightning time lapses I have that I could go there. Might throw something from, let's look in 2022, see what type of lightning time lapses could be of use for that scene. Already used this guy here, but I do have other angles from that chase that could be of could throw in. Let's see. I know this camera had another view. I mean, it's not the best because it's very noisy because of those itty bitty image sensors that we were talking about earlier. But this shot's a little bit better. Still not ideal though. Actually, I do. I might use a slow-mo lightning shot that I know about. That would have worked really well here. See if I can ever find it. I believe it would be in here. And there we go. Here's that slow motion. Look at that. You kind of got two here. You have the anvil crawler overhead. One bolt comes down there, and then another bolt connected to it was arcing out of frame, and this one was much, much closer. I'm very, very bummed that this one struck out of frame. If it would have hit right there, that would have been such a cool shot. But gets the point across. And I was shooting this at 240 frames per second too, so it's a nice slow motion shot. And you can kind of see the burn channel lingering in the air. So I can slow this down a bunch. I can slow this down like 30%. It'll still look Nice
The
and
immense
smooth.
amount-
Actually, that's a little bit too much. We'll slow it down 50.
Amount of electricity generated by a lightning strike, which can generated by lightning strike. This is caused by the
I'm gonna actually speed this up a little bit more and throw another shot in there. There we go. Scale that up. Bam, nice shot there. And then we will find another video clip in here. It might have another anvil crawler shot around somewhere. Or maybe another slow motion shot. Ooh, little fun fact about this video frame here. This was taken as I was walking outside, pointed my camera straight up for like a quick second, and then that happened directly over me, which was pretty unique to see. Might be able to use a shot from the 7th here. Grab one of these guys. And I believe it was this video. That might have something here. Okay, look. Comb through it. Power stance out there in the field. Obviously. Let me find a, I know there was a lightning strike in this video somewhere. I don't remember if this camera caught it though. That's the thing with some of these older lightning clips that I'm having to use. I don't think it did. Unfortunately. See, I know there was a lightning strike like off over next this way. Let me find. Yeah, this was a point where a lightning barrage was starting, and of course it was as I was putting all my cameras away, so I never really got a good shot of any of them, unfortunately. I was hoping one would kind of happen out this way, away from me, not hitting me, but never quite lined up.
Get in, we can get in front of it.
Yeah. Running away. Let's see. I believe it was this video clip that I was looking for. Yeah, this was the one. That big, mean shelf cloud. And me lingering out there with a lightning strike. Alright. Can throw this on in. Let's see. Where was that lightning bolt that almost nailed me? It was in here somewhere. There it was. Throw that in here. Tornado we saw was lucky too. Storm Chaser John, as we open the door. Second after the lightning bolt. Oh yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about the February tornado shot you had with it illuminated by that lightning bolt.
Rapidly changed the nearby electric field.
Haha, how funny is this shot? Talking about electric fields with a power line and a lightning bolt in the same shot.
Nearby electric field. This range momentarily moves signals. So if rapid change momentarily moves signals. So if you ever want to hear how
Alright. Close out. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Cancel. I want to close out of Google Earth. And also I can close out of a... Before I close out of GR2, let's turn everything back on. So it's kind of back to how I had it. There we go. Turn that off. I like to use GR2. That's the wrong one. GR2 with the backgrounds turned off because I think it looks a little bit cleaner that way. And we can turn on the data pulling too, so we're getting back to getting current radar data instead of old stuff. And where did my warning window go? There we go. Turn everything back on. And there we go. Back to how I had it. Alright.
So, if you ever want to hear how much lightning is in a storm...
Alright, let's see.
This rapid change can momentarily mess with radio signals.
See if we have another lightning clip I can use here. I'm sure... Probably have something from 2023 that would be nice. Oh, or I could use the stuff from 2020 from February with the February tornado that Jack was just talking about with my my time lapses that I got. Because that storm was spitting out a lot of lightning for sure. Like, just look at that. You know, it was nearly constant lightning. Or even a shot like this. Any of these shots would work, so I'll just throw both of them in, just for just to have them. And kind of move them about how I feel. I'll throw this in there. There we go. Speed this up slightly so it fits the duration of the audio a little bit better. Didn't have my camera or my phone, so I used my mom's phone. I mean, if you got the shot, you got the shot. That's all. As long as you have the photo. I guess that's all that matters.
This rapid change can momentarily mess with radio signals. So
Then we can throw this time lapse here. And that'll be the end of this scene for now. And I believe with that, the end of this scene, I think this is gonna be a good ending point to kind of end our stream for the day. A nice quick little stream, getting back into the swing of things of the live discussions with everyone, just kind of hanging out, chatting, relaxing, enjoying the evening. Well, it was a shorter stream this evening, but just kind of getting back into the swing of things as I prepare for a nice, relaxing weekend of just kind of chilling out, taking my time with stuff. So hopefully you all enjoyed this live stream here, and hopefully you all enjoyed kind of kicking back and watching the editing craziness of a new video that will be coming hopefully within the next week-ish or so. I want to have it done by the end of spring break, so hopefully you all enjoyed the little sneak preview you got of me while working through these while we work through these clips. So anyways, with that, I think this is a great place for us to part ways for the evening. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It was a whole lot of fun, kind of sitting back, enjoying the evening, relaxing, looking back through some old storm photos, looking back through old radar data, and figuring out some new tips and tricks on how we can make our productions a little bit better here and all around. So thank you all so much for watching. Jack has a few messages in chat. Did enjoy, fun watching, can't wait to watch the video when it comes out. Thank you, Jack, I appreciate it. It'll be out soon, one of these days, hopefully within the next week or so, before I go back to school, so then I can focus all my attention on a fun little thing that we have planned for Monday, April 8th, which may or may not be related to a certain solar eclipse that's happening. But with that, thank you everyone so much for watching. It's been a whole lot of fun this evening chatting with everyone, getting to catch back up with so many great friends in chat tonight. And yeah, with that,